So this one's number two. The instructions said to find an equation for the tangent line at this point. So at the point negative pi over 3, comma, negative 4 pi over, or 4 root 3 over 3. So just in general, since it's finding the equation of the tangent line, we just take the derivative of this and plug in a negative pi over 3, and that will give me the slope of the tangent line. And after that, I already have an x1 and a y1. So I'm just going to do the whole thing. So first, to get the slope of the tangent line, I need to take the derivative of this. So that's what I'll do. Cosecant is one of the co-sounding trig functions. So when you take the derivative of it, you get a negative. And so I have y prime being, well, this is just a coefficient, so it stays out in front. You don't really do anything to it. And then times the negative derivative of cosecant is cosecant cotangent, I think. So I have negative cosecant. Cosecant. Keep the inside the same. It's the derivative of the outside with the inside the same. We're going to have to write the inside twice. 2x. Cosecant cotangent. 2x. So that's the derivative of the outside with the inside the same just now. And then times the derivative of the inside. Well, the inside is just 2x, so the derivative of 2x is 2. And then I'm going to clean it up a little bit. So y prime equals negative 4 cosecant 2x cotangent 2x. And that's because the 2 times the 2 is the 4, and then the negative right there. Alright, so that's the formula for the slope of the tangent line. To actually get the slope at this ordered pair, you plug in negative pi over 3. So let's see what happens. Well, see, I don't even know what like cosecant or cotangent is. I can't figure that out. So what I'm gonna do is I'll change it right before I plug stuff in. I'll change it to cosecant. That's just 1 over sine of 2x. So 1 over sine of 2x. That way when I plug stuff in, I'm plugging it into sine and tangent or whatever. And then cotangent is cosine over sine. So this is cosine 2x over sine 2x. And we'll just plug it in. And then I'll figure out all of the things that I need to figure out. So y prime evaluated, maybe I'll change the notation a little bit. No, I won't. Y prime evaluated, when I plug in, I'll say plugging in negative pi over 3. It's kind of like f prime of negative pi over 3. I'm just using that kind of notation. So I'll plug in negative pi over 3, and I'll get negative 4 over, like negative 4 times 1. That's just negative 4. And then sine of, well, if I plug this in there, I just get negative 2 pi over 3. So I got to figure out what sine of negative 2 pi over 3 is. And then cosine of negative 2 pi over 3, and again sine of negative 2 pi over 3. So that's what I got to figure out now. After that, I'll put it into the y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1 form, and then since the directions say it should be in slope-intercept form, I'll change it to slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So let's see what happens. Here, well, the way I figure out these angles is by drawing a unit circle. I don't know if you have it memorized. That's great. Do that. But I do it by using the unit circle. And this is bad. I'm just going to pause it and draw one. Nice. So here I have my unit circle, and I know that this slice, that size of a slice, is pi over 3, because here is pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3, pi over 2. So that size slice is pi over 3, and this size slice right here is also a pi over 3. So this is 1 pi over 3, and this is 2 pi over 3. However, that's in the positive radian direction, and we're thinking about a negative angle, so we have to go the other way. So this slice is also going to be pi over 3. It's the same size. So that's 1 pi over 3, and this is 2 pi over 3. And now we're going in the negative direction. So I end up right here, and my x and y values for that, well, my x value is negative 1/2, and then my y value is also negative root 3 over 2. So this would be my cosine, and this will be my sine, right? Cosine is x, sine is y. All right, cool. So there we go. So y prime evaluated at negative pi over 3, that's going to equal negative 4 divided by the sine, that would be negative root 3 over 2. So negative root 3 over 2 times, well, the cosine is negative 1/2, and again, negative root 3 over 2. So we have that. Two fractions, I'm just going to flip the second one and multiply to the top. I'll do the same here. Flip the second and multiply to the top. So really what I have is negative 4 times 2 over negative root 3. And that's like a 1 there, right? And then times negative 1/2 times, what, 2 over negative root 3. So those cancel. That's nice. Let's simplify it a little bit. I'm just multiplying all the way across. Let's just do that. So this will be negative 8, so negative 8 and then positive 8. So that's 8 over, and then 1 times negative root 3 times negative root 3. That's just regular 3, because the radical will go right and the negative will go away. So we just have 8/3 as our slope. Sweet. So this is x1, this is y1, and our m, since they're saying the tangent line, that'll just be 8/3. They're not asking for the normal line, so we don't have to flip it over and change the sign. We just leave it as 8 over 3. So in this form, all we have to do is plug in, so y minus, well, actually it'll change to plus because it's already a minus there. So y plus 4 root 3 over 3 equals 8/3, that's the slope, times x minus, well, it changes to plus because it's also a minus, so pi over 3. And then to get it into slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b form, well, I just distribute this, and eventually I'll move that over by subtracting. So let's distribute first, and then 8 over 3 times pi over 3, that's just 8 pi over 9. And now I can subtract 4 root 3 over 3 minus 4 root 3 over 3. So that goes away, and then I have y, well, maybe I'll say, whoops. So what do I have? I have y equals 8/3 x plus 8 pi over 9 minus 4 root 3 over 3. So now all we have to do, or all the answers would be doing, is just getting a common denominator between these two. Because remember, y equals m is 8 over 3, x plus, and this is the b part. So that just, in the answers, if you took a picture of those are just, they just got a common denominator. And the common denominator is 9. So that would be just times 3 times 3. And so I think we get y equals 8 over 3 x plus 8 pi minus 12 root 3, all of that over 9, and that's slope-intercept form. There you go. That was a long video. Goodbye.